In October 1951, Culver saw the dedication of a long-planned campus structure, which, like its predecessor, the Legion Memorial Building, was erected specifically to honor the sacrifice of Culver men in a worldwide conflict. But while the Legion Building honored the fallen of World War I, the genesis of the Memorial Chapel lay in Culver's great contribution to World War II. Almost 6,000 Culver Military Academy and summer school men served in all branches of the military during the war. Some 4,192 in the Army, 1,334 in the Navy, 217 as Marines, 53 in the Coast Guard, and 197 in other branches, including the Merchant Marines, the British and Canadian Armies, and the Philippine Scouts. 60% were commissioned officers, including 7 generals. 868 winter school alumni were lieutenants in the Army, and 408 summer school men held a like rank. Vice Admiral Jonas Ingram, CMA class of 1903, a Medal of Honor recipient in 1913, was commander of the South Atlantic Fleet. Major General J.C. Fagan, CMA class of 1907, United States Marine Corps, commanded the 2nd Marine Division when it launched the Central Pacific Offensive. The alumnus reported, in its final list of those Culver alums who had died in service to their country in June 1946, that the count had grown to 264, later revised to 269, more than half of them lieutenants and captains. 2 more Culver men were added to the school's list of Medal of Honor recipients for their World War II service: George H. Cannon, class of 1934, and J. Zemer, Jr., class of 1936. Also among the ranks of World War II Culver alums were recipients of 9 Distinguished Service Crosses, 14 Navy Crosses, 38 Legion of Merits, 66 Silver Stars, 57 Distinguished Flying Crosses, 159 Air Medals, and 157 Bronze Stars. What expression of gratitude could Culver make to the hundreds who had been wounded or mentally scarred by conflicts in faraway places? In May 1944, the Culver Fathers Association proposed the chapel and urged directors to permit them to join with the Legion and the Summer Schools Alumni Association in raising necessary funds. The chapel would mark the first alumni-funded building on campus, following up on the Culver family-built Naval Building of 1949. Prior to the construction of the chapel, church services were typically held in the Recreation Building. The chapel then would serve several important functions on the campus. Plans were drawn by internationally known architect Jens Fredrik Larsen. The chapel would be located at the approximate center of what had been the Woodcraft campsite, overlooking the entire campus, and was originally planned to be connected by arcades with the Science Building on the east and the Humanities Building on the west. The site selection was modified before construction began. It would be 4 more years before work on the Epley Classroom Complex would commence, some distance away from the chapel site. Among special donations to the project were the chapel's large 3-manual pipe organ, a gift from Major Reuben H. Fleet in memory of Colonel A.F. Fleet, Culver's first superintendent, and the 51 bell carillon in the chapel tower was a gift of the Amon G. Carter Foundation. It was the last to be sent to America from the foundry of Gillett and Johnston of Croydon, England. By October of 1951, the donations of more than 4,000 individuals from 45 states, the District of Columbia and Hawaii, and 11 foreign countries, totaling $1,545,525, had culminated in the stately new Memorial Chapel, whose dedication ceremonies took place October 20 and 21, 1951. A hymn, Unfold Ye Portals, was sung with Culver's Chapel Choir under the direction of Claude Zetti leading, after which Major Reuben H. Fleet, CMA class of 1906, turned the key of the building over to board chairman B.B. Culver, which can be seen in this recently discovered film. As the band played and the carillon pealed, cadet members of the color guard emerged from the side entrance with the American flag, Culver flag, Christian flag, and Gold Star flag, eventually processing down the main aisle of the chapel. Chaplain and Culver Director of Religious Activities, Reverend Hardig Sexton, seen here, gave the October 21 invocation and prayers of dedication. Bishop Herman R. Page of the Episcopal Diocese of Northern Michigan delivered the Saturday invocation and Sunday sermon. Naturally, members of Culver's Board of Directors, Legion Board, Summer School Alumni Association, and Fathers Association were on hand. Seen here is then Superintendent Colonel William Gregory, greeting attendees at the dedication. Among those giving addresses were Admiral Ingram himself, as well as General of the Army Omar N. Bradley and Indiana Governor Henry F. Schricker. Perhaps Schricker, during his address, summed up the moment best when he said, in paying a personal appreciation and debt to the men of Culver through the years, that words are inadequate to convey our meaning and feeling. We are challenged to emulate their sacrifice and service to their country. This beautiful edifice represents the faith of our fathers, and both our faith and freedom were bought at a great price. Life was sacrificed and blood shed that we might have our inheritance.